Hi, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Really appreciate the interest. We're looking at the surface of the moon in 3D imaging, the best way to look at it. And here, this is X-ray. We're looking at Montes Apenninus. The Apennine Mountains goes all the way down to Eratosthenes crater. Is the circle on the bottom that you're seeing. To the left are the strands and all the filaments leaving up from Copernicus crater. I'm going to show you something. Inside of the Apennine Mountains, there is a massive connection or structure or tunnel that was built, comes down like a wire. We can see it right here, and we'll see it in very, very close detail. I got the magnifying glass on it, and it's beautiful, clear shot, clear night. Wait till you see it. It's so impressive. So get your eyes adjusted as we're slowly going to zoom in. This is a nice view of the Apennine Mountains. Look over top, you can see here. But you see that vein, there's a sort of circle in the center of the screen here. Small little dot with a little line leaving off. That line is symmetrical the whole way down and it zigzags. That line leaves that dome zigzagging and goes all the way across the Apennine Mountains. We're talking almost 1,000 kilometers. You're going to see it with the magnifying lens. So now your eyes are starting to get adjusted, and it's actually not too bad. It's relaxing to watch it with the X-ray. Um, Here, it's not too hard to see. So now we're going to get in a little closer, add a little more contrast, and try to show you that structure that crosses the Apennine Mountains. It's a very mysterious structure, whether it be a connection, a tunnel for any one or another species to get to another area. I want you to see it, and here it is. Now take a look at this. It zigzags, comes down to other spherical, they could be massive pipes, tunnels. Again, this is pretty impressive. It's a nice view, and again, it's in an area where I've always been, and I have never seen it. There's always areas that are more clarified when you go back. I always go back to the same areas, and I'm so happy to have gotten this um, anomaly. It's it's impressive. What the heck is it? It looks like some kind of connection too. It could be anything. It could be anything at all. This is in X-ray again, and you can see it here, just coming down a path. And it's very long. It's a couple of hundreds of. Well, we're zoomed up. Hmm, maybe not a couple of hundreds, but maybe not far from 100 or 2 kilometers, maybe even less. It's hard to size that up when you're going. See, look at the zigzagging here coming out of that beautiful structure here. It just pops up in the middle of the Apennine Mountains. And I don't know if you've noticed, I've been focusing on Eratosthenes right here, Eratosthenes crater, because there are many structuring objects, forms, and shapes that are geometrical around it. It's just astonishing to me to see on the surface of the moon. Here it is again, inside of the Apennine Mountains. Different filtering. We're seeing different view of the mountains, and they look very different than a further back shot of the mountains. It's a lot nicer further back, and you can see it does look like mountains, but it is not mountains. Apennine mountains are structures and different forms and shape formulated to look like a mountain, or by coincidence look like a mountain and pass off for a mountain. Plato crater here, two beautiful craters. Look at that on the right, and look at the colors on the surface. It always amazes me to see all the beautiful, brilliant colors on the surface. It just looks like we're looking at a bunch of jewels on the surface, or that every structure has a different color and indication. Now, seriously, look on the bottom left here. See those black specks? You see how they're in unison? There's tunnels leading into the mountain over top of it. In the center, there's a massive complex. You're looking at the surface, the very surface. In X-ray, what is this? No, I'm sorry, Aristarchus crater. with the beautiful straight path that goes down to the anomalistic shapes, let's say. Beautiful color, absolutely incredible. It almost looks like bridges over troubled water, right? Well, maybe it is because, we've never been, so we don't know. I imagine the astronauts, when they land on the moon, they can see the color, right? They're on the surface. It must be something very spectacular. Check this out. In the dark, the rest of this bridge-like structure is there, and you could see the connections and everything continuing in the dark. Here in X-ray, the same area, you can see all the independent lines and sort of anomalies there that are of interest. This one, just absolutely exquisite. This looks like massive connections or tunnels. It has to be tunnels. It could even be trains, or transportation, their way of transportation, which probably some sort of simple train. Look what we're looking at. Look at the detail in what's going on here. And for ejecta, listen, I'm looking up how ejecta interacts. It's not impossible to get information on that. The lava flow has certain steps that they usually do, and there are many characteristics, but not 100,000 characteristics to lava flow. And what they just are describing, well, this is not an interaction of lava flow. It just simply is not. I'm not making this up. It's based on facts. This is not hypotheses. This is based on real facts. This is a connection. There's too much detail here, right here in the connection. You'll see when the picture comes back around, it's just too much detail for it not to be a construction. Look what we're looking at right here. You're seeing all these connections coming in and to and from all these other areas, inside and outside of the ground, domes, lots of details around, more structures on the outskirts. The sun's right there, but look at the chemtrail trying to hide it. Look at that. Son of a... Look. He's going over it to try to hide it. Fuck. What am I looking at? It's getting brighter and brighter. So it started getting really bright out, and at one point there was a sphere right beside the sun. I ran outside, it was too late. Now it's sort of dissipating, leaving, but there's an orange rainbow-like color always to the left and sometimes to the right of the sun. The chemtrail planes are always trying to hide this, and at sunrise, it's been 3 or 4 days, they are crazy over the sun. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lines over the sun. I've never seen it before like this in Montreal, Canada. And inside of the clouds, we can't even see them, but there's these lines. Anyways, it's weird. Probably the chemtrails, and you can see how thick they are as compared to the clouds. Yes, I'm going to start filtering clouds now. You're looking at an object on the left of the sun that's creating light, a very reflective light that looks like a sun to the left of our own sun, whether it be a cloud or solar radiation. This is what I'm afraid of. Can we detect solar radiation? How would it come in if we were looking at it through infrared? What am I looking at? Am I looking at a cloud of radiation? Am I looking at a funnel of some type? What is this? Whatever it is, they are spraying in front of this. These are bugs going by, these little specks. Now, You can see that they're spraying in front of this. The chemtrails all day long were going in front of this object, which is very orange. This is with the filter. It looks blue, but it's not. It's very orangey to the eye, anyways, the naked eye, and I could see it. This was not with a telescope, it was my bare naked eye, and I took a picture with the camera. But to the left of the sun, there's this massive orange bright light. And inside of the light, well, I'm astonished. Well, we're seeing actually something sort of more spherical than just a blotch. I don't know. You can see inside of the clouds, these chemtrails, these planes are keeping themselves damn busy. They were hiding the sun all day long. It's been 3 or 4 days. They've been very, very active ever since the moon left. This is what's going on ever since Irma finished. We can see them going by, and we can see the chemtrails inside of the clouds. A lot of chemtrails. For me to be filming them, it's because there are so many. I couldn't film the sun. The sun wasn't there. There were all these chemtrails. But look at this cloud, always red to the left of the sun. And you can see that little spherical object to the left of the trail there.
These are the website contributors, the ones who have.
And these, of course, are the website contributors. They've given generously to the Telescope campaign, which I will have up in the link, the description of this video. Thanks so much for taking the time to stop by, everyone. Welcome the new subscribers, new followers, curious people. People disagree? Leave your comment. Thanks a lot, guys. Could these planes be trying to reproduce an ozone layer where there's an ozone area missing or damaged? And when the sun has these major flares, solar radiation can come to Earth and it is extremely dangerous.